Imagine a world where a glass of clean water is more valuable than a barrel of oil. Where rivers are patrolled by soldiers and every drop becomes a matter of national security. This isn't a dystopian future, it's already happening. In this video, we dive into how water, the most basic necessity of life, is becoming a trigger for geopolitical tensions, military planning, and potential wars. From Africa to Asia, the Middle East to the Americas, water is emerging as the defining issue of global security in the 21st century. So, who controls the flow of water? Who is already weaponizing rivers? And where might the first true water war begin? Let's find out. Why water equals power. Water isn't just a human right, it's a geopolitical asset. Unlike oil or gas, there's no substitute for water. It powers agriculture, energy, sanitation, and life itself. Countries that control major freshwater sources have leverage. Those without, vulnerability. Globally, agriculture consumes 70% of freshwater. Cities are expanding, and climate change is drying up lakes and rivers. This means nations are competing more fiercely than ever for access, control, and ownership. Now imagine adding droughts, melting glaciers, erratic rainfall, and political instability into the mix. The result? A recipe for future conflicts. Let's zoom in on the world's most volatile water hotspots. 1. The Nile Basin. Egypt depends on the Nile for 97% of its water. But upstream, Ethiopia has built the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD. Egypt calls it an existential threat. Military posturing, drone surveillance, and diplomatic threats have all been part of the showdown. But, why? The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD, is a massive hydroelectric dam project built by Ethiopia on the Blue Nile River, near the border with Sudan. Designed to be Africa's largest hydroelectric power plant, the dam stretches over 1,800 meters in length and stands 145 meters tall, with a reservoir capable of holding 74 billion cubic meters of water. Once fully operational, it is expected to generate 6,000 megawatts of electricity, a transformative boost for Ethiopia's development, where more than 65% of the population still lacks access to power. While Ethiopia sees the GERD as a symbol of national pride and a critical step toward energy independence and regional power exports, the project has sparked significant tensions with downstream countries, particularly Egypt. Egypt relies on the Nile for 97% of its freshwater needs and fears that the dam will drastically reduce the flow of water, threatening its agriculture, water supply, and energy security. Sudan, situated between the two, has taken a more ambivalent stance, welcoming potential energy benefits but expressing concerns about dam safety and water management. Despite years of negotiations, no binding agreement has been reached, making the GERD one of the most geopolitically sensitive infrastructure projects in the world today. 2. The Indus River system. Shared by India and Pakistan, the Indus system is a lifeline for both. But disputes over dam building and reduced flow have led to rising tensions. With both countries being nuclear powers, this river could easily become the world's most dangerous water conflict. 3. The Tigris and Euphrates. Turkey controls the headwaters of both rivers, while Syria and Iraq rely on them. Dams in Turkey have reduced flow downstream, fueling decades of mistrust and sporadic conflict. 4. Central Asia. Post-Soviet republics like Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan are locked in disputes over irrigation and dam rights, with past skirmishes along borders already linked to water. 5. China and the Mekong and Brahmaputra rivers. China, as the upstream giant, controls major rivers feeding into South and Southeast Asia. Massive dam projects and water diversion plans have raised alarms in India, Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. Water is essential, but what happens when it becomes a weapon? Let us know in the comments. Do you think water will trigger major wars in your lifetime? Why or why not? We want to hear your thoughts. This is a conversation that affects everyone on the planet. If you're enjoying this video and want to see more geopolitical deep dives, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and brings more of these important stories to light. Dams as weapons. Dams are no longer just engineering marvels, they are strategic tools. When upstream countries dam rivers, they gain the power to control water flow. This means they can influence downstream agriculture, electricity, and even provoke economic crises. In extreme cases, dams can be used as geopolitical bargaining chips, or threats. China, for example, has built over 87,000 dams, including some on transboundary rivers. The fear among neighbors that China could weaponize water during future disputes. Turkey's Southeast Anatolia project, GAP, includes 22 dams on the Tigris and Euphrates. While it boosts Turkey's economy, it has severely cut water flow to Syria and Iraq, aggravating tensions in an already volatile region. According to the UN, by 2025, 2/3 of the world population could face water stress. By 2040, many major cities may run dry, including Sao Paulo, Cape Town, and even Los Angeles. In India, 21 major cities are on the verge of exhausting groundwater. Pakistan, once self-sufficient, could face absolute water scarcity by 2025. These aren't just environmental issues, they're national security concerns. As water scarcity grows, so does the risk of internal conflict, mass migration, and state failure. Climate change acts as a threat multiplier, making dry areas drier and flooding other regions unpredictably. Countries are already changing military and foreign policy strategies around water. The US intelligence community now includes water in national security briefings. NATO has raised alarms about water conflicts in Africa and Asia. China is making water security part of its Belt and Road strategy. Even Israel has developed advanced water recycling and desalination technologies as strategic assets. Control over water will soon be as vital as controlling oil pipelines or sea lanes. Expect future treaties, alliances, and even military pacts to revolve around shared water security. Despite the danger, there is hope. Cooperation on water has succeeded in the past. The Indus Waters Treaty has survived wars between India and Pakistan. Nile Basin countries are still negotiating. Technology offers new solutions too: desalination, efficient irrigation, greywater recycling. But political will is essential. If countries treat water as a zero-sum game, everyone loses. The future of water is the future of peace. If you found this video eye-opening, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to understand the stakes, and subscribe for more content like this. And tell us in the comments, where do you think the first water war will erupt, and why? Until next time, stay informed, stay aware, and never take water for granted.